Hello, everyone. My name is Christina Siever, and I'm a senior at USC studying film and finance. Today, I'm excited to introduce to you CinEncore. CinEncore is a boutique theatrical exhibition company with a singular focus, bringing classics back to the big screen. The firm presents beloved titles that audiences already know and want to experience again in a theatrical setting. Revenue comes from ticket sales and concessions, and profitability is strengthened by low marketing costs tied to recognizable IP, favorable licensing agreements, and premium pricing on concessions. Today, Hollywood studios control billions of dollars in library content that remains largely underutilized against rising digital preservation costs. Most of this content is then monetized through streaming, but in the current landscape, many of the platforms that studios have come to rely on have also become their direct competitors. Theatrical re-engagement then offers a way to gain additional revenue from these libraries, yet no major exhibitor is dedicated exclusively to this market. CinEncore then filled that gap by providing a theatrical home for re-releases, including restorations, anniversaries, cult classics, and titles that have a built-in audience demand. The company plans to open 5 locations in 5 years, beginning in Los Angeles and New York City. Each venue follows a standardized model that keeps staffing, programming, and overhead costs predictable, allowing new theaters to open with minimal incremental expenses. Let's move on to the market size. Despite the rise of streaming, the UX box office generated over $8 billion last year, and more than 260 million people went to the movies, showing that audiences do continue to value in-person cinematic experiences. However, these audiences are becoming increasingly selective and are less likely to visit the theater for titles that do not offer a distinctive experience or are built on unfamiliar material. This trend is clear in the 2024 box office, where the top 10 films, all rooted in existing intellectual property, generated 43.5% of the year's total domestic revenue. At the same time, nostalgia-driven re-releases continue to outperform expectations. For example, Titanic earned $15 million over Valentine's Day weekend in 2023, and Jaws grossed $10.5 million during its 50th anniversary this year. These results show that audiences will return to theaters when they know the title, trust the experience, and view it as an event. In term of Cinema Encore's model, it operates as a two-screen theatrical model that includes premium auditoriums with a combined 170 seats, alongside projection and sound that is aligned with contemporary screening standards. The smaller footprint keeps staffing lean, with only 8 employees per venue, which significantly reduces costs associated with working capital and allows the ticket price to remain at $14 across all 5 locations for the first 5 years. Concessions also function as a major profit driver. Industry margins reach about 80% on soda and popcorn, and concession spending exceeds ticket revenue on average. Concession pricing has also historically outpaced inflation, making it a resilient and dependable source of income for CinEncore. Now let's provide some highlights from CinEncore's financials. Traditional exhibitors operate on a sliding revenue scale, in which Hollywood studios take most of the opening weekend box office, leaving theaters with roughly half of the ticket sales over a film's initial run. But because CinEncore screens titles that no longer carry an opening weekend profile, it can then negotiate a flat 20% licensing fee with the studios. This fixed fee creates a balanced revenue mix between ticket sales and concessions. Small theaters often depend on concessions for nearly 80% of their revenue, but the firm captures ticket revenue while still benefiting from the high industry standard concession margins. This produces a more diversified and stable cash flow for CinEncore from day one. As the company expands, the model also scales cleanly. CinEncore plans to open 1 to 2 locations per year, leading projected revenue to grow from $2.2 million in 2026 to $22.6 million in 2030. In closing, CinEncore offers a clear exit path through acquisition by a major streaming platform or traditional studio, each seeking a new way to extend the value of their libraries. In both cases, the firm meets demand for eventized cinematic experiences while unlocking value from under-leveraged studio content. With its focused strategy and favorable revenue model, CinEncore is positioned to become the premier brand in repertory cinema. Thank you so much for your time, and I look forward to hearing from you.